So good morning, dear students. This is the business studies class. This is the second lecture, and yesterday we have discussed some introduction part of business. Today we will discuss next topic, the detail of business, characteristics of business, characteristics of profession, and characteristics of employment. So first of all, briefly we will discuss what we have already discussed yesterday. So for we have discussed business and introduction and human activities. So students, all human beings are engaged in some activities or other in order to satisfy their basic needs. Okay. For example, farmers are busy in their field. Okay. And workers are working in factories. Professionals like doctors, like lawyers, like CA are busy in their profession. Okay. Depending on wants, all human activities can broadly took into two categories. Like first one is the economic activity and second one is the non-economic activity. We have already discussed these two things, economic activity and non-economic activities. This one. This diagram shows economic activity and non-economic activity. Economic activities refers to those activities which are undertaken to earn a living. For example, workers working in a factory, this is the economic activity. And shopkeeper selling goods in his shop, this is also the economic activity. Doctors attending to patient in his clinic, this is also the economic activity. So economic activities are concerned with all those activities which are concerned with the production, exchange and consumption of goods and services which are not available free. Okay. And second one is the non-economic activity. Non-economic activity refers to those activities which are undertaken to satisfy social, psychological and emotional needs. Like for example, mother cooking food for you, for your family, and a teacher teaching his own son or daughter. These are non-economic activity. Uh, like attending a social gathering, this is also the non-economic activity. So in non-economic activity, there is no expectation of any kind of monetary rewards or benefits like salary, like profit. Okay, so they are inspired by sentimental reasons and are performed out of love, sympathy, sentiments, etc. Right? So basis, if the activity is performed with the aim of earning money, then it is economic activity. I conclude, okay. If activity is performed with the aim of earning money, then it is an economic activity. If the activity is performed without the aim of earning money, then it is non-economic activity. Okay. Let's take one example more. For example, a doctor attending to a patient at his clinic, that is economic activity, as the doctor gets fee for that, right? So if the doctor treats his son at home, then it is non-economic activity, right? जब वो अपने बेटे का ट्रीटमेंट कर रहा है, then it is non-economic activity. But जब वो किसी पेशेंट को ट्रीट कर रहा है, then it is economic activity, right? And types of economic activity further divided into three parts: business, profession, and employment. And what do you mean by business? Business refers to an occupation in which people regularly engage. First point, they should be engaged in regular basis in production or buying and selling goods and services. And second thing, to satisfy the needs of other people with the view of earning profit. Second motive, to earn profit, right? So students, business means exactly business means busyness or a state of being busy. A person may be busy in, हो सकता है कि वो busy हो in playing computer games or in watching TV, but these things will not be doing any, मतलब ये business नहीं है, we not doing any business as economic element is missing in these activities क्योंकि इसमें economic element nahi hai. So business means a state of being busy in economic activity. Okay. So students, next topic is characteristics of business. And one definition required to learn, you can do any one definition of business from your book. I will send one PDF. If you haven't any book, you can use this PDF to make notes. Okay. So characteristics of business. The main feature of characteristics of business, first one is just wait. These are the definitions. You can do any one definition according to Dr. W.R. Spiritual and L.H. Henry. You can do any one. Then the characteristics. The above description of business brings to light these following characteristics. First one is the economic activity. So students, business is an economic activity as it is undertaken with the aim of earning money or like. So students, first point is an economic activity. Business is an economic activity as it is undertaken with the aim of earning money or livelihood and not because of love, affection or any other psychological reason. So business includes only economic activity. Okay, economic activities you know very well. Economic activity means the exchange of goods and services with the purpose of only earning money. Okay, so essential to see that any activity performed by an individual should be economic in nature in order to be called business. Like purchase, sale of goods. First of all, he will purchase, after then he will sell, but he will add his profit in the cost, right? Then he will sell the same goods to the customers, right? Second point is the exchange of goods and services. So students, all business activities are directly or indirectly concerned with the transfer or exchange of goods and services for value. So students, production or purchase of goods for personal consumption cannot be called business. If I purchase something for just for personal reason, I purchase some things for clothes or something, uh, anything you can take, means for just for personal reason, for personal consumption, that activity is not a business activity because there is no sale or transfer for value, right? For example, cooking food at home for the family, it is not business, but cooking food in a restaurant for customers and charging from them, that is business, right? And third point is regularity in dealing. So students, regularity is must. In reality, business is that economic purchases should be regular done. But if the activity does not come under business, activity is not regular basis, but intermittent, it does not come under business. For example, a person sells his old scooter and purchase a new one. Here the purchase sale activity does take place, but in the absence of regularity, this transaction cannot be called business. Means only if any person uh, do any activity only one time, that is not a business because regularity is missing in that activity. It should be in regular basis. If any person always purchase scooter and always sales, then purchase, then sale, this is the regular basis, this is the business. Okay, and if only one time he sell his scooter or purchase scooter and then sale, then that is the not regular basis, so that is not the business, right? Next topic, next point is the profit motive. So students, the main aim of every business is to earn profit. No business can survive for long without earning profit, you know very well. So for example, business selling goods at less than cost or free of cost, like charity, cannot continue for long. If any business sell goods only on cost price, then it will not continue for long time. So due to this reason, businessmen make all possible efforts to maximize profits. Okay, and so it is essential that the purpose of the person concerned is to earn profit. But sometimes efforts to earn profit can result in some loss. It cannot be said that in case of loss it will not be considered business, because profit and loss both are go hand in hand. ऐसा नहीं है कि एक अगर आज लॉस हो गया तो ये बिजनेस नहीं है, मींस रिजल्ट कुछ भी हो सकता है, बट आपको उसको जो है मेन मोटिव अपनी तरफ से प्रॉफिट ही रखना है. सो द एसेंशियल कंडीशन इज दैट द कंडक्ट ऑफ द इंडिविजुअल शुड बी प्रोपेल्ड बाय अ डिजायर टू अर्न प्रॉफिट. आपकी डिजायर जो है वो उसमें प्रॉफिट की ही होनी चाहिए, वट एवर मे बी द रिजल्ट ऑफ द ट्रांजेक्शन. ओके, एंड फिफ्थ इज द एलिमेंट ऑफ रिस्क. So students, risk is the uncertainty associated with the exposure to loss. यानी कि कुछ भी हो सकता है in future. Uncertainty means business should be considered a bed of roses. Like roses have petals and as well as thorns. So there are thorns at every step. It means then that there are problems and these can be source of loss. A little mistake or little carelessness or helplessness in finding a solution to a problem can destroy the whole business. एक छोटी सी गलती भी पूरा बिजनेस खत्म कर सकती है. So hence profit and loss go in hand in business like the ups and downs of life. इसमें risk always involved रहता है. And the sixth point is the creation of utility. So in order to make things more useful for society, their utility is enhanced by the efforts of the businessman. ज्यादा से ज्यादा उसको सोसाइटी के लिए यूजफुल बनाने के लिए from the utility is created in various ways, like utility of place, time and ownership. जैसे like utility of place is created by carrying goods from one place to another, means product place of production to place of consumption. जहां पर वो goods बनाई जा रही है वहां से जहां पर उनको कंज्यूम होना है वहां तक उसको शिफ्ट करना है. ठीक है, so the utility of this is the utility of place. And utility of form is created by changing their size of form. उसके साइज को छोटा बड़ा, like you using sanitizer, so you can use a small bottle, pocket bottle and long bottle, ठीक है, according to your desire or according to your need. And utility of time is created by storing or measuring them in godowns. And utility of ownership is created by their purchase and sale. Okay, so next point is consumer satisfaction. This is the last characteristic, consumer satisfaction. The main aim, business should be earning profit, but at the same time that the consumer satisfaction is equally important. If consumer will not satisfy students, they will not purchase again and again your product, so your business will again will suffer losses, like right. So it is the useless to think to profit without consumer satisfaction. So even the expansion of business also depends on it. If you want to expand your business, then again this point also affects. If consumers are satisfied, they will purchase again and again your product, and your business will grow, and then you can expand your. Hence a businessman should make goods and services the taste of the consumers to get success. Okay, अगर उसको long time तक successful होना है तो उसको consumers की यहाँ पर need, उसका taste, उसकी satisfaction यहाँ पर compulsory है, right? So these were the characteristics of the business. Next topic is the profession, meaning we have already discussed, but today I will discuss in brief. So next topic is profession. Profession includes those activities which require special knowledge and skill to be applied by individuals in their occupation to earn fees. Okay, like doctor, lawyer, all are chartered accountant. These people are engaged in profession, are known as professionals. Like, okay, this is the definition. It refers to that economic activity which is conducted by a person having some special knowledge and skill which is used impartially to serve various sections of the society, right? This is the meaning. and you can do any definition which I have given in your book. Then the main topic is the characteristics of profession. First one is the body of specialized knowledge and technique. So students, every profession has a systematized body of knowledge which can be learned through instructions. The first important feature of a profession is that a professional should have specialized knowledge and technical skill. So an ordinary man cannot run a profession. अगर कोई भी person ऐसे डॉक्टर बन के नहीं बैठ सकता, कोई भी person, any one person can be कोई भी lawyer नहीं बन के बैठ सकता ऐसे ही. So they should be have specialized knowledge and technical skills. So therefore occupation is an ordinary individual cannot be called a profession. किसी भी एक ordinary person को आप professional नहीं बोल सकते. Second thing is the formalized methods of acquiring training and experience. Means only formalized methods. Every profession actually restricts the entry on the basis of the examination or education, or individual can enter a profession like doctor, lawyer only after acquiring knowledge and skill through formal education and training. So there should always be a provision for training and experience in a profession. It means only that human activity can be called a profession, the knowledge of which is imparted by some institutions. Okay, this education is formalized. And third point is the establishment of representative professional associations. So students, all professions are affiliated to a professional association, which regulates entry, grants certificate of practice, and develops code of conduct. Okay, for example, a lawyer has to become a member of bar council to practice law in India, right? To regulate the behavior of its member, to create a code of conduct for guiding the activities of the profession, to build up the promote the image of its member as a professional, and to prescribe minimum qualification of its member, and to regulate entry to profession. So in India, representative professional association with regard to some professions have already been established. Like अभी मैंने बताया ये आपको, Bar Council of India for lawyers, ऐसे like Medical Council of India for doctors, Institute of Chartered Accountant for chartered accountant. These are the representative professional associations in India. Okay. Next point is the code of conduct. Actually, code of conducts are rules. Okay. A strict code of conduct exists in every profession. Members of profession are required to follow the conduct sincerely and honestly. Okay, members of profession are bound to follow a code of conduct, and the code of conduct includes rules connected with the profession. So these rules highlight the value of honesty, integrity, and morality. The code of conduct with respect to the profession like law, medical, chartered accountant have already prescribed. इन सबके अलग-अलग code of conduct होते हैं सबके, और उनको वो follow करना compulsory है. Rules हैं ये कुछ उनके, right? Next point is, fifth point is priority of services over economic consideration. Unlike business की तरह नहीं है ये, ठीक है? Their main motive is not to higher motive is not to earn profit. तो फिर क्या है इनका main motive? Their main motive to serve persons, to give the services to the society. Okay, like all other business activities, adopting a profession is also a means which on the basis of a specialized knowledge one gets proper remuneration for services of society. So that is why professionals are respected in society. For example, a doctor follows his profession for his living, but social service happens to be his chief objective. His main objective यही है, social objectives. Okay, but he will charge his fees from the clients, from the patients, right? Next one is the employment. Meaning of employment. So employment refers to the occupation in which any people work for others. Okay, in return, in the form of salary, wages, etc. So those are employed by other are known as employees. Okay, like managers, assistants, clerks, peons. People who engage such employees are known as employee. Okay, and characteristics of employment. First is the services to others. First important feature, employment is services to others. Okay, ये किसी और के अंडर आप वर्क कर रहे हैं तो उन्हीं के लिए वर्क कर रहे हैं. Second is the personal service. An employee has to provide service himself. In other words, he cannot get service from somebody else in his place. So then it will not be employment. Next is the agreement. Employment is obtained under the special contract. Contract. So the क्या होता है जिसमें वो सबकी conditions होंगी उसमें. The basis of employment, permanent, temporary, casual, जो भी है उसमें से is entered in the contract. Similarly, the basis of remuneration, जो भी उसको आपने देना है, salary, commission, fees is also written in that agreement. Okay. Next, fourth one is the servant. An employee is work as a servant of his master and act according to his orders. And fifth one is no need of capital. So there is no need of capital in employment. Okay, there is no need any investment from the person. So in other words, capital is that the master and not that the employee. जो employer है वो capital invest करेगा, employees को नहीं करनी. So no risk. If employee is not investing anything in any work, so the inherent risk in the job is that the master and not the employee. Okay. Nature of employer. The employer can be anybody, government enterprise, private organization, anybody, right? So these were the characteristics of business, profession, and employment. Now the next topic is differences among business, profession, and employment. So basis of differences, commencement. So you can easily differentiate these things if you understand all things. First one is the business. Start after completing some legal formalities if needed, right? And profession starts after getting certified from the institute concerned. And employment starts after getting appointment letter, right? And second point is nature of work. In business, production of things and services and buying and selling. And in profession, personal services as a specialist, like doctor, lawyer. Employment, work allotted by the employer according to the contract. This is the nature of work. Then investment, third point is investment. In business, capital is needed according to its nature and size. But in profession, generally a little capital is required. And in employment, there is no need of a capital. Risk, higher risk involves in business. Okay, and the degree of risk is low in profession. And there is no any risk in employment. And then the qualification, there is no need of any formal qualification. Businessman, anybody can do any business. Okay. So there is no requirement of any qualification. And in profession, yes, formal qualification is absolutely necessary. And in employment, formal education is not necessary in case of every employment. Okay. In some fields, there is a requirement like teaching, but some areas are not required. Okay. Then objective. The main motive in business to earn profit, main objective, and main objective of profession to earn profit through services. And main objective of the employment is to earn income through salary or wages, right? And transfer of interest. A businessman can transfer his interest. Yes, businessman can sell his business. The businessman can transfer his business to anybody, to any relative, to any person, right? And a professional cannot transfer his interest. If doctor wants to transfer his shop or clinic to anyone, he can't. Okay. एंड एन एम्प्लॉय कैन नॉट ऑल्सो ट्रांसफर हिज इंटरेस्ट, बिकॉज जो कॉन्ट्रैक्ट है वो उसी के नाम से हुआ है, तो वो भी अपनी जो है इसको ट्रांसफर नहीं कर सकता अपने जॉब को. एंड टेस्ट ऑफ एफिशिएंसी इन बिजनेस, प्रॉफिट अर्न, यहाँ पर मेन क्या है, टेस्ट ऑफ एफिशिएंसी क्या है इसमें, प्रॉफिट. एंड तभी पता चलता है कि एफिशिएंटली वर्क किया गया है. एंड इन द प्रोफेशन, क्वालिटी ऑफ सर्विसेज प्रोवाइड. एंड इन द जॉब कैसे पता चलता है क्वालिटी का, डेडिकेशन टू जॉब, कि कितना पर्सन डेडिकेटेड है अपने जॉब के लिए. एंड लास्ट वन इज द कोड ऑफ कंडक्ट. नो कोड ऑफ कंडक्ट फॉर बिजनेस. बिजनेस के लिए कोई रूल्स नहीं है, बट देयर इज अ कोड ऑफ कंडक्ट इन द प्रोफेशन. Profession has many rules, and very strictly they follow all rules, right? A strict code of conduct exists in every profession. And in employment there is contract instead of code of conduct. इनमें जो contract है, contract में जो भी mention है वही इसको follow करना है. So there is no any separate code of conduct. Okay, students. So students, read and revise these all things deeply, and write these things in your pair notebooks also. Make proper notes. Okay, thank you students, have a nice day.